That's such a good point. We're talking with Shauna Thomas. She's the co-founder of Ultraviolet. That's weareultraviolet.org. It's a grassroots organization that mobilizes on women's issues. She is co-founded it with Nita Chaudhary, also a veteran progressive activist. Shauna, speaking of inequality of women and some of the issues that they're facing. This is not strictly a women's issue, though it seems that in some of the sectors of the economy in which women are disproportionately represented in domestic work and in many low-wage jobs in particular, the issue of unpaid sick leave, which got renewed attention this week in New York City's mayoral race. Christine Quinn, again the Democratic frontrunner, has essentially blocked, as city council president in New York City, a bill that will require paid sick leave from New York City's employers. And a number of prominent feminists, in particular Gloria Steinem, Ai-jen Poo, the president of the National Domestic Workers Union, have said that we're just not going to endorse you. We don't care that you'd be the first woman mayor. We don't care that you'd be the first openly gay mayor of New York City. That's not as important as the issue of paid sick leave and what that does. Sean, are they right to withhold their endorsement?
Of course they are. I mean, it is absolutely shameful that Christine Quinn has blocked this vote. I mean, and she has quite literally blocked the vote. I mean, they've counted the votes. The people who've been advocating for paid sick leave in New York City for years now have counted the votes. They know the votes are there. If she allowed a vote, it would pass. And so Christine Quinn has put herself between justice for workers and women, particularly, and this bill. And so, I think they've gone to the last piece of leverage I think they believe they have, which is withholding their endorsement of her for mayor. Hopefully she takes that seriously. It's been very tough to move her on this issue. She believes, apparently, I mean, I don't know that anybody has her on record saying this, but she apparently believes that passing paid sick leave compromises her ability to become mayor and support for her candidacy by Mayor Bloomberg. So I also think
let's call a spade here. Christine Quinn is, she likes Michael Bloomberg's sort of political imprimatur, but what that is a larger surrogate of is that she's a pro-business Democrat, and that time after time, when it comes to confronting the interests of the rich against the interests of low and middle class New Yorkers, she sides with the interests of the rich. I mean, I also think of the living wage bill in New York that would require all workers under city contracts to get a living wage of $10 an hour, which in New York City, it's not that much at all. I think it would still basically be poverty for most people. What can we do about these Democrats that are so progressive on cultural issues, and yet the broader issues that affect women, that affect all people in the broader economy, they won't stand down their corporate backers?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. And I think if Christine Quinn thinks that because she's a woman and that because she's a lesbian, that it's okay to undermine workers' rights and she'll somehow still get the support of the progressive community, or Democrats, frankly, well, I can't speak for Democrats, but let's say for progressives, she's mistaken. This is why, it matters to us, and it matters to a lot of groups that advocate for women's rights, that women be in positions of power, but that is not the sole criteria. I think part of what we have to do is end the ability for people to claim that it's possible to be socially liberal and fiscally conservative at the same time, because these issues are directly connected, right? And she, she's been able to profit, I think, from the fact that we don't hold people accountable to that false dichotomy.
That's such a good point, Sean. And some people don't understand is that the issue of paid sick leave actually hurts New York City's economy and hurts the economies of places that don't have it. There are 44 million workers in the country without a single paid sick day. 55% of them report showing up while ill, and one study shows that more than 18% of employees this results in an 18% increase in the spread of diseases in the workplace. So it's an issue that ultimately comes back to bite us. Shauna, we're going to continue talking with you after this break about the issue of money in politics and a Jay Carney presser, President's press secretary, and what that says, coming up next on Take Action News.